We're in 2025. It's the 100th year celebrating the Cooperative Program. We've seen a constant decline of the Cooperative Program over the past years, and it's been rather disconcerting. Let's say it that way. It's been a little bit disconcerting. Before we jump into the remarks that Dr. Iorg made, let's quickly look at this chart coming from 95 up and through this last fiscal year that they have reported. And notice the up and down. The red line there is the designated giving, and the darker line is the Cooperative Program giving. Now, one thing this has not been adjusted for, this is not adjusted for inflation over these decades. So you have several decades of inflation, and really over the last 10 years or so, our inflation rate has gone up about 37 to almost 40% in that time. So these lines, if adjusted for inflation, would be significantly more at that point. Dwayne, when we look at the Cooperative Program giving and the changes between designated giving and the Cooperative Program giving, what stands out to you right offhand?
Well, obviously, we see from when the GCR recommendations were implemented, there were some churches who apparently gave less to the Cooperative Program and started giving, maintained their giving, but just gave less through the CP and started designating it through to other Southern Baptist causes. That's something to me is very noteworthy. And that's what the leadership honestly was encouraging at that point, though. I was there in Florida when those recommendations were adopted, and that was really my only concern at that point about their recommendations, was that it was going to hurt the CP and, quite frankly, allow the election of some officers whose churches were giving less than what was traditionally accepted at a 10% at that time. So but that certainly came true.
Well, we've had other discussions about the impact of the Great Commission resurgence that happened there in 2010 and began being implemented in 2011. And so we won't go into a lot of depth on that, but one of the significant things that was approved in the GCR was the approval of what they call Great Commission giving, where particularly large mega churches who were in the past, we had many of those large churches that wanted to keep most of their own money to be involved in their own mission work. And so they would designate money. They wanted control over it. So they might not give to the Cooperative Program, but 0.5%, 1%, 1.5%, 2%, a very small amount. When the concept of the Cooperative Program in the beginning was, hey, look, if everybody will give 10% of their undesignated gifts across the board, it's equal sacrifice, but yet we are able to do things together we couldn't do alone. And that was very true for churches the size of the churches you and I have been pastoring and been a part of for years and years, that normative sized church, without any question.